We are back in Sydney! Woohoo! But we are back in Sydney and I was thinking you are gonna get to follow along this day. Right now we have made ourselves ready and gonna go to do some grocery food shopping for the week. I think we were thinking about shopping for a lasagna and some good sandwiches. Otherwise, it is extremely good weather here. So very cold, so I'm having a knitted sweater and jeans. We see, it might be hot though in the sun, but when you go into the shade, it's probably gonna be very cold. So better safe than sorry. But this is the weather. So very, very nice weather. Clear blue sky and like a perfect winter day. I don't know if it's the same in your relationships, but I always need to wait for this one to get his shoes on. It's like I'm making myself ready and then he chills. And then when I have made myself ready, then he starts making himself ready. Yeah. So annoying.
Well, I don't start getting ready until you're 100% ready.
Right. So then I'm always waiting. Yeah. And it works, but it's annoying.
Maths. Simple maths. What are they? Oh, keys.
I have keys.
You have keys? Did you put the plant in front of the pedal?
Yeah, I did. So good weather today.
It's beautiful.
I think I might be a bit sweaty and regret my choice of clothing. Bless you. This is one thing that I think is so weird about Australia, that they just put out things on the street. They can't?
No.
Many people do. They have like the madrasas. We maybe have walked past 3 madrasas and then somebody's coming and picked them up. But it looks so dirty when you walk past to have like this madrasas that it has been raining on and they look filthy. But then somebody's coming and pick them up.
Yeah. That's why you can't just put it out randomly.
No, on specific dates. Still.
Like schedule this.
But I like hate it and love it because so nice also that if you want to get rid of something, you can just put it out in the street. But when so many people do it, it looks a little bit weird.
But if you do it unscheduled, you get fined.
Yeah, but so hard to know like whose madrasa is it. You can just put it out on your neighbor's property and like.
I think around here there'll be enough cameras.
Yeah, we are in a camera area. So pretty. I don't know what they're doing. So now I was thinking I'm gonna show you what we bought at the food store. And I will say that this is a pretty typical food shopping for us. Some mixed spinach and water. 2 types of bread. I really like this Turkish bread. We ate that before we left Australia and it was the first time I ate Turkish bread and I really, really liked it. And then just a stone baked bread. I actually want to start making my own sourdough bread, but we need to buy a special flour for that to happen and they didn't have that in the store today. But that is something I'm gonna do pretty soon and see, because it feels so cozy to bake your own sourdough bread and have that heaten up. We bought more lasagna plates, 2 cheeses, 1 big. This one was pretty cheap for being a cheese. Every cheese is expensive, but this is for lasagna. We love having much cheese to lasagna, so then we bought that one. And then this is the one we normally buy. Tomato sauce for lasagna, some sour cream and mozzarella. Then we bought some almond milk, ricotta for the lasagna, and pesto for the sandwiches. Then we bought a few avocados. And that is something that I love about Australia. I think this avocado cost maybe, I can be wrong, but like 5 Swedish SEK each. So it was like 1.7 something over there. And that is so cheap. And avocado here is big and it's always good. You can leave this for a few days and it still looks like new. I've never had so good avocado as I have eaten here. We need a bigger, like fruit bowl. Then we also bought mandarins. I think they are in season now because they are also very, very good. Me and Charlie trying to eat more fruit. I feel like in Sweden I was so bad at eating fruit. Maybe I ate like a pineapple once, twice a year, and maybe some apple, but like it could go like a month without eating fruit. So that is something we're trying to have, like as a meal, snack meal during the day, have a little fruit bowl. I feel like if you have a hard time eating fruit, doing a little fruit bowl is a big tip. Then we bought some broccoli, because we often eat broccoli. I feel like you can have that in almost everything. And then we bought many kiwis. Because Charlie has read a theory online that if you eat kiwi before bed, you sleep better. And it was many other health benefits with it. So we're gonna try to eat one. I think you should eat 2 kiwis before bed in the study. But I think we're gonna eat 1.5, 2 kiwis before bed a few days and see if we feel any difference. This is looking so bad. 2 mini zucchinis. They were very tiny, but good to have on the pesto sandwich. And then some banana. So, but that is what we bought today. And I would say that this is a pretty typical grocery shopping for us. I actually got to Charlie told me today that you don't say grocery shopping. As I always say, you say grocery shopping. And I feel like that feels so wrong in my mouth to say grocery. But apparently that is the correct way to say it. I have said with a sh word, so grocery. But then, grocery. I don't know. It's so many things I'm saying wrong. But now we're gonna do the sandwiches. The oven is on. And yeah, we're gonna start making them. This is how our fruit corner looks. It looks so extremely bad. Now when we start eating more fruit, I think we need to find a bigger bowl. This one is pretty nice. I found it secondhand. Just when we moved in this apartment, but it's not a fruit bowl and it can barely have any fruit. So we just have it in a pile here. So now we have just the things we need for the sandwiches. We're gonna do hot sandwiches in the oven. So we have these red peppers and I think they are okay. They have been there a long while, but I almost think these kind of things can't be bad. I don't even look at the expiry date because then it always expires. So 3 years from now, so it's okay. Maybe not. You should maybe not have it open so long, but I don't think so bad.
Vill du ha is i början?
Nej. Yeah, I have a bad habit of leaving empty things, but I don't think I knew it was empty. Here you have a little one that I've saved from something.
Thank you.
But something I love that Charlie has taught me is that you slice zucchini and fry it with garlic. That is so good on like sandwiches, pasta, everything. So then we just cut it into pieces like this. And then we slice it. smaller the more to the end you come on the zucchini. So then it looked like this. So you just cut it into small zucchini pieces. Ooh, I was lucky. Often I was so trouble getting this stove on. I've never had a gas stove before, and it's just two of the plattorna of the things where the gas comes from that works. So, and often you can need to stand for minutes and just try to get this stove to work. But it's getting hot very, very quick. And we also bought like a frying pan that is like totally steel. Because then in Teflon, then you can have the microplastic. And I'm trying to reduce as much microplastic as I can. But then it doesn't have this non-sticky surface as the Teflon frying pans have. So I am burning everything, so it maybe is as bad. But it's so hard, and especially I feel like with the gas stove, because it's like getting too hot very easy. But now I will need to put this on. See one thing. Now I've cut the bread in half and cut it up the mozzarella. And I don't know if you saw it, but the garlic you should put in the end, because otherwise it's getting burned. But here is how the zucchini look when it's done. So it should have a little bit of color. And I'm gonna do a vegetarian sandwich, but Charlie's gonna do a meat sandwich. Because he has not been converted yet, but soon to be. So we just smudge a little bit of pesto on. And then I'm thinking we take one of these peppers. They're fine.
Yeah, very good.
And then we cut them. So, and then we take the mozzarella. Perfect, and then the sandwiches are ready to go in the oven. And as we don't have any baking paper, we're just gonna put them on here and hope for the best, I think. Sadly, I hope they don't burn, but we're not gonna have them so hot, so I think it will be fine. So, but this is how they look. Before oven. Then we have Charlie's schnitzel. And now they are done. We took Charlie's out a little bit earlier because he didn't want the cheese so melted. Looks so good. And then we're gonna just put a little.
You putting zucchini on?
Yeah, on top, I think. Or maybe not. I don't know. Not the best presentation, but here is our food. This is mine. So it has pesto, mozzarella, zucchini, fried in garlic, some rocket pepper. No, pepper? Red pepper? Rocket, spinach. and some tomato. And Charlie has the same but with a schnitzel.
Mmm. Tasty.
It's looking good. How many points? And now I'm gonna try my sandwich.
Best sandwich in the world.
Best sandwich in the world. No, but I love a mozzarella pesto sandwich. This was very good. And especially with a zucchini. So if you haven't tried that, I really recommend.
Did it hurt your tooth?
Yeah, I chewed on the wrong side. I've had tooth problem. So I think directly we landed from Australia, I started to feel pain in my wisdom tooth and the gums around it. So after 2 days I needed to book an appointment. And that was expensive. But it's not getting better, but now when I chew on it I can feel like it's not getting so good. Now we have finished eating lunch and we also watch an episode of a new series we're watching. It's called Diplomat and I kind of like it. I think it's a little bit hard to follow along with the story because I don't have the best information about how the USA political system is. Yeah, I think it's very, very good, but I think the more you watch it, I guess the pieces of the puzzle will fall into place. But now me and Charlie is gonna have a bath and then we maybe watch an episode while doing that. Yeah, I can show you also. This is a little bit of a tip, but we don't have hot enough water. What? We don't have hot enough water in our pipes. That is something I've never experienced in Sweden because here you have very cold water and you have very hot water. But here in this apartment at least, and in all the apartments I've been in Australia, you don't have very cold water. Not in Sweden you can have the tap water and it's ice cold. Here it's ljummet, like a little bit air temperature I would say. But we don't in this apartment either have very hot water. So we are boiling the kettle like this. So we're boiling hot water and mix that with the water from the tap. Charlie's like, what the fuck are you telling them? This is so boring information. But I think this can be pretty fun. This is something I didn't know and there's something that shocked me and I'm like, yeah, then we're gonna have a bath. Then it's then we're boiling 4 kettles of water. I think it's a little bit crazy that you need to do that, but here it is I think, is it normal? Not normal. Maybe other people have hot water, we don't, but yeah, it works at least. So if you but I think in Sweden you have hot water, so we don't need to worry about that. But if you ever would be in an apartment without hot water, boiling the kettle, no, sorry, I don't know, I think I'm tired.
I think you will be in there. Equal support.
No, we're gonna have a bath together. Charlie hates it, I love it.
You don't fit.
When we get a house, sometime in the future, we're gonna have the biggest bath because I love taking baths together. But it is a problem that Charlie's so tall and the bathtub is so small. And I'm not the smallest, I'm pretty tall also. So yeah, but it's cozy. Charlie was now a little bit worried that everyone gonna think that Australia is a country that doesn't have hot water, and we have hot water. We have a temperature meter that we have put on to not have so hot water because we have a tap Yeah, so you just can have on the hot tap in the shower and it doesn't get too hot. So that's why when you're taking a bath, it doesn't get hot enough. I don't know why. It's like it's getting cold before it going down to the bathtub. So then we boil the kettle. But there is households with hot water and we could have hot water. And we still have hot water. But when you do a bath, you need hot water. So nobody's thinking now that Australia doesn't have a hot water, because we do. Now we have had our bath and it was very, very lovely. I have always wanted a bathtub when I have rented apartments, but in Sweden it's a little bit hard to get them bathtub in an apartment if you're not going in very old apartments. So I was so lucky when we got this one and it had a bath. But we were in there so long, so now it is so dark. You can see it's very, very dark outside. It's very dark outside. So, but now we are going to cook some lasagna and then just continue to have a quiet and cozy night.
Well, the station in Talia got a tip that the British government is talking about pulling non-essential personnel out of their embassy in Tehran and issuing an advisory to British nationals to leave the country.
Now we have eaten up the lasagna and it was very, very good. Now we have also moved ourselves to the couch and then we're gonna watch an episode of the series before we go to bed and get our kiwis and see if we sleep any better. But it might need to take a few days. But I will update you on that one. Charlie was asking, is it okay with big chunks? And I was like, yeah, of course. But I didn't think it was this big, but it will do.
But in my head, I'm like, we're not eating it for enjoyment. We're eating it for just like eating it. But then I'm like, why does that make sense?
No, I was thinking, I wanted to eat it for enjoyment too, not just to better sleep.
Yeah, but I tried to follow this TikTok thing where it was like you could scoop it out with this like peel it easily.
Yeah.
I much prefer the method you just cut it in half and eat it with a spoon. So
Okay, yeah.
Next time we do that.
Is it yellow?
These are yellow ones, yeah.
Okay, I've never tried a yellow kiwi.
There you go.
So then we're gonna try.
Wow. There you go. You can just grab it with your hand if you want to.
Oh no. Yeah, this is one chunk.
Yeah, you just bite into it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got it. Wow.
I didn't think it through so much.
No.
Do you want me to go? I can go cut them more.
No. See, just.
I didn't think it through.
Not as sour as green kiwi.
Okay.
I would say it tastes almost like a pear. And then the consistency is like a pear, but it's kiwi.
Oh.
Yeah, because I can be a little bit allergic to green kiwi.
Yeah.
Well, to kiwi.
It's good to tell me that now.
Yeah, so maybe I would sleep very bad because.
You'd be itchy all night.
Mm.
Ah, there you go.